Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of an experiment. I'm going to be making some oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. And the experiment is that I have some of these instant packets of oatmeal, flavored oatmeal. My husband eats oatmeal on occasion for breakfast, but he hates the maple and brown sugar flavor. And so I have 3 packets, and I don't eat them either. Nobody in the family really likes them. So I didn't want to throw them away, so I thought, what in the world could I do with these maple and brown sugar packets of instant oatmeal? So I thought, I'll just make some oatmeal cookies. Now, of course, these already have sugar in them. So what I did is that I put less sugar than what the recipe called for. The recipe called for 1.5 cups of white sugar and a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and so I just put 1 cup of white sugar and 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And then I will just measure this when I measure the oatmeal, and that way I'll have the right amount of oatmeal in the recipe as well. So I thought I'd bring you along today just to kind of see how this works out, and it'll be one more way to be frugal with something that if you find something your family won't eat, instead of throwing it away, you can repurpose it for something else. So that's what we're going to do today. So in this bowl I have the sugar, the brown sugar, and the recipe calls for butter or margarine. And I had some of this butter flavored Crisco left over from my Christmas cooking, and I want to use it up. I don't want it to get, rancid or whatever. So I'm using that instead of margarine. So we just need to combine this until it is light and fluffy. Okay, so that looks pretty light and fluffy to me. So then to this you add 1 teaspoon of vanilla and 2 eggs. And I still have a few of the white eggs I had to buy for all my Christmas baking because my chickens had decided to quit laying, and I want to use these up. The family just does not like to eat them just to eat them. They say they're flavorless. So I use them in my baking, and thankfully my chicken production the egg production has increased again. Not back like it would be in the summer, but good enough. So hopefully I won't have to buy any more eggs. I probably won't. Okay, so there's 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Shush, Pep. And we'll get these eggs in here. And blend well. Okay, so that's blended well, and then to that we are going to add the flour. It is, let's see, 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Get that in there. So we also add the baking soda, which we have 1 teaspoon of baking soda. The cinnamon, we have 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And the salt, we have 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then you mix well. So then to that you stir in the oats, the chocolate chips, and the nuts. Now my recipe calls for raisins, but I don't like cooked raisins, so I always put chocolate chips in instead. So it calls for 3 cups of oats. So I'm going to measure, I'm going to open up these packets and see how much I get from these. I'm going to just dump them right into this cup. I'm thinking this is probably a half a cup of oats per packet, maybe a little less. Of course, it's got the sugar and the spices and stuff in it too, so see, that was 2 packets and it's almost a full cup. So I'm just going to dump these in here, and then I'm going to go ahead and add 2 cups. Instead of 3 cups of quick cooking oats, I'm going to go ahead and add 2 more cups. But we'll go ahead and dump the spiced stuff in there, and then we'll put 2 more cups of oats. And I just used the rolled oats from Aldi. And this calls for the quick cooking kind, but I like the rolled oats better. Now, of course, the stuff from the breakfast oatmeal, this is the quick cooking kind, so it'll be kind of half and half. Okay, so there we have 3 cups of oats, and then it calls for 1 cup of nuts, and I'm going to use pecans because that's what I have. I like pecans. I like all nuts, but walnuts hurt my mouth if I eat too many of them, and almonds are a very hard nut, so you don't really use almonds too much in baking unless you're using like slivered almonds or almond meal. So there's 1 cup of nuts. Now I'm going to go ahead and mix this with my mixer, and then when it's thoroughly mixed, I will add the chocolate chips by hand. Okay, so that looks well mixed. And I'll add the chocolate chips, and then I'm going to go ahead and get these on a cookie sheet, and you bake them at 375 for 7 to 10 minutes, or until edges are light golden brown. So I will be back when the cookies are out of the oven, and I'll taste test them for you. Okay, so here are the finished cookies, and that batch made quite a few cookies. So let me taste test these for you. I will sacrifice and taste test a chocolate cookie. So here's my cookie. Let me give it a taste. I don't taste any of the maple at all. It just tastes like a yummy oatmeal chocolate chip cookie. So if you ever have oatmeal packets that your family doesn't particularly enjoy, you can just throw them in with oatmeal cookies and you can't even tell the difference. And the reason why we had those is because my husband bought a variety pack of oatmeal and those were in there. So he found a box of just apple cinnamon, so I probably won't have a chance to do this again. But anyway, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll talk to you later, friends. Bye!